Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Thank you as always for tuning in. Just a couple of announcements before I dive right into your reading focused on ex-partnerships. So right off the bat, of course, this reading is for those who are interested in wanting to reunite with an ex-partner. I'll timestamp these down below so you can just fast forward if you're not interested in listening to the intro portion of this video. So I just wanted to mention and apologize because these are late. I meant to post them last week, but my daughter ended up having her baby and therefore I am now a grandma for the very first time. She's such an absolute blessing to our family. She's healthy and beautiful and we're so blessed. So that's one reason. And that following, or last Friday actually, we ended up getting the second dose to the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, and first night was pretty much uneventful, just had a sore arm, but then the following day ended up having like a low-grade fever and just really lethargic and just out of it. So I just didn't have it in me to do any readings that day. And so here I am Sunday trying to knock these out and I feel definitely a lot better. So that's one announcement. And also, just for those who are unaware, these two decks are actually on sale. So the deck shop link is down below. And it's the version without the gold edging for the Tarot Teacher. And it's the Silhouettes deck without the silver edging. So those two are on sale if that's something that you are interested in purchasing at this time for the entire month of May. All right, so I just wanted to get that out of the way before we dive into your reading here. All right, so let's get going. Scorpio, so let's dive right into your reading focused on ex-partnerships. Will your ex return? Is there a possibility for a reunion or reconciliation? So I'm going to start with my he said, she said oracle. We'll go ahead and grab a couple of cards from this deck. Each card contains two messages, one for the masculine, one for the feminine. If the messages resonate but the genders are reversed, then absolutely custom tailor it for how it makes sense for you. All right, so let's begin. Angels and spirit guides for Scorpio. Okay, so I'm guided to this one here. We have forgiveness. He said, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry too. So if you're both open to that, that would actually be very healing for this connection. That might get the ball rolling towards a reconciliation. Let's grab one more message. He said, I have this intense desire to kiss you. She said, I want to do more than kiss. So those intimate moments that you guys have shared could have been very passionate. The chemistry in that way could have been really strong. And I've got cards flying once again. But yeah, there's this opportunity to forgive, or at least the need to, in order for you guys to move forward and at least find healing in each other or individually. So let's add to this. I'm going to pull from this deck by Angelic Revelation 144, Divine Domestic, Soul Connections, Challenged Relationship Messages. Angels and Spirit Guides for Scorpio. What else do we need to know at this time? Okay, here we go. So, what brought you guys at a distance to begin with? You changed. You started keeping secrets from me. 1 minute we were talking and like best friends, but then you distanced yourself from me. Every time it happened, again, we grew further and further apart. I miss the old us. Okay, so if you relate to this, Scorpio, if your ex changed, if they were keeping things from you, you guys went from being the best of friends and just having so much in common and interacting and enjoying each other's company to drifting apart. And they miss you. Your ex misses you. And perhaps if you relate to this for yourself, you miss them too. And bottom of the deck. I am a passionate sexual creature in my prime, but thanks to your continual running, I have been left burning up with fire. I can't even talk with anyone else without your sexual energy being all over me. If you want me, come and take me. So, I mean, the sexual passion between the two of you could have certainly been really strong. But what I'm getting here is that perhaps your ex hasn't been able to find that type of energy or chemistry with anyone else. Maybe they thought that they could, but I'm just feeling that they weren't very successful in that way. And you might even be able to relate to that also, especially if you've moved on to other relationships in the meantime. You know, because again, he said, I have this intense desire to kiss you. And she said, I want to do more than kiss. So again, falling on those sexual encounters that you guys have had, it could have been really magnetic and passionate, and moving on to other people, other connections during this time of separation, expecting to find something better perhaps, but unable to do so is what I'm getting. So let's grab a couple of cards from the Issues deck by Fire Witch Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. What else do we need to know? Let's see. What other issues got in the way of you guys staying together? Too questionable. Questions everything and asks too many damn questions. Okay, so maybe you felt that you couldn't trust them. Maybe that's why it was possibly you asking way too many questions, especially knowing that they were keeping secrets and you were noticing little changes when it came to your ex. That could have been a problem as well. And so therefore, if you relate to this, you were just maybe wanting to really know their whereabouts, what they were doing, who they were talking to, and maybe that triggered them in some way, and that they didn't want to answer your questions, or they weren't being truthful with you. And maybe you feel that because they were possibly being shady with you, then they would ask you way too many questions as well when you went out and hung out with people and your friends and whatever. All right, let's grab one more. We've got disconnected. Hard time bonding, mentally and emotionally detached. Okay, so these are a couple more issues that are popping up, and part of the reason why they're disconnected and detached could be due to these secrets that they were keeping from you. As it says, you guys were like best friends at one point, then they started to distance themselves from you until you guys were so far apart from each other that it could have even gotten to the point where you weren't even talking or interacting. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some clarification from the tarot deck. I'm going to use my tarot teacher deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. What else do we need to know? All right, so let's take a look. So right now you guys are disconnected from each other. We do have the Four of Swords, which is just some time to rest. It's a break. It's recuperation time, recuperating from heartbreak and the disappointments that perhaps you have dealt with when it comes to your ex. You could be dealing with an air sign here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So if you have just been feeling really anxious or stressed out over the breakup, feeling overwhelmed by it all, maybe what you need is some downtime to just be able to have some alone time, relax and not stress out so much, and just really recuperating from the experience. We've got the World card here, so I feel part of whatever drove a wedge between the two of you, whatever that was, that cycle is in the past and it needs to complete. You know, it's like allowing one door to close and opening up another in order for you to have an opportunity to start again, to start fresh. If that's something that you're both open to. And I feel with this card, he said, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry too. Forgiveness. If you guys can find forgiveness in each other, then that would be, as I've mentioned, very healing for the two of you to restore the harmony and the connection. Because I'm getting that either of you could have tried to move on to other people and just couldn't find the same type of chemistry or passion in other people. Okay, my feminine's coming through as the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles representing Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus for some of you. So I feel for some of my feminines, you are actually quite successful and you're doing well in your life, even if you are in separation at a distance from your divine masculine. You could be doing quite well for yourself in your career. You're able to stand on your own 2 feet. But, with that Five of Cups, this definitely affected you. There's a lot of regrets, feeling just this sense of loss and really sad over how things played out between the two of you. But the Six of Swords is here to remind you, Scorpio, that there's a transition that's happening here. There has to be this need to move forward and to leave the drama and the past behind you. This is something that you both need to be able to do to overcome the challenges and the difficulties and allow the healing to begin. Okay, part of the reason for some of you, and take this only if it applies and something that you're obviously aware of at this point, those secrets might have to do with a third-party situation, affairs, infidelities, secrets and lies that your person was telling you. And the reason why I say that is because this is the next card. We've got the Seven of Swords here representing that deception and the lies and the cheating and risky behavior on your ex's part. More than likely, that's why it's presenting itself here. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some dialogue focusing on you and your ex. I'm going to use my ex oracle deck. So take whichever one of these makes sense for you. Some of these messages could be from you, or some of these messages, of course, could be from your ex. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. And just a reminder, these readings are for those who are wanting and seeking reconciliation with an ex-partner. We do have a no answer here. Okay, so maybe some of you guys aren't quite ready because you're not ready to forgive, or you're just still in recuperation mode with that Four of Swords. So maybe right now is not the right time for some of you, and you have to honor that. That's where you're at on your journey. I know you still love me. I know you still care. I know you still want me to be there. So the love is still here. And perhaps, Scorpio, in your heart, you know that you still love your ex. You still care. You still want them to be a part of your life. But if you are getting a no answer from your ex, maybe they just need a little bit more time. Let's grab another message. I want to call you, but I'm not sure you even want to hear my voice. Okay, so they're questioning whether or not they should reach out, especially if they're especially afraid, allowing their fears and anxieties to get in the way, thinking that you're just going to answer that phone and say, no, I'm not interested, or no, I don't want to talk to you. Look at this. This could be you speaking up and saying this. Why couldn't you just tell me that you wanted to end things instead of cheating on me? Okay, so those things could have definitely been avoided if there was just open and honest communication. Let's grab one more card. What else? Look at that. I miss you so much. Okay, and then bottom of the deck, look at this card. I thought the grass was greener on the other side. Have I lost you forever? Okay, so you're the only one that can ultimately answer that question. Scorpio, they really want to know, is it too late? Have they lost you forever? Or can you find forgiveness in your heart? Or will your answer be no? Totally up to you. Okay, so let's wrap it up here with one final message from the Lover's Oracle deck here for Scorpio, angels and spirit guides. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Yeah, and that's key towards healing, I feel, and certainly towards recuperation with that Four of Swords. And bottom of the deck, we've got Sacred Union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And the thing is, with references to infidelities popping up here with that Seven of Swords, and the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Perhaps your ex needed time away from you in order for them to realize that this is a sacred union, a very special bond that they have with you. So forgiveness is key towards you guys working this out. And if you're open to that, there's a possibility, of course, that you can find your way back to each other. All right, Scorpio, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. And if you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.